You're watching Black, Brown, Broadway. Black, Brown, Broadway. You're watching Black, Brown, Broadway.
And we are back with Jordan E. Cooper.
I want to talk about Aint No Mo.
Yes.
And before we get into me asking you about Aint No Mo, I have to tell you, I got my reparations to see this show. I was on Twitter with no money, saying it had announced that it was closing, and I was like, I have to see this show. Mm-hmm. A really nice white person bought me a Center Orchestra ticket to see this show.
That's absolutely amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Right. There were a lot of people who were doing that at that point in time, which I thought is so. I'm like,
it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful to see community come
just
together.
Just rally around you.
Gosh.
It was like over the love and because it showed that people actually do care and people actually do want to see this stuff.
4 years post, how we feeling?
I'm so grateful for that time. That's one of the hardest moments in my life. That was a very because it felt like I remember literally praying at some point, being like, God, I know you told me to come into this building, but why would you tell me to come into this building when the building's on fire? And then it took a month or so after for me to realize that it was because of the insurance check. It was the community that was built in the midst of it. It was, the 6th Tony Award, for us to be one of the most Tony nominated plays. Yeah. We only had 25 performances, and for us to, because then that shows that the system is broken, that something's not right.
Yeah. The person who recommended the show to me, she told me when she went, you were performing to half houses.
Yeah.
And I was confused. I was sitting in the damn audience, because the audience kind of makes the show.
Yeah.
And especially, President is what?
Yo, nigga.
He's a yo, nigga. Yo, nigga. Right to complain, brother. I was having such a key. It was incredible. And to this day, it's something I think about all the time.
Even though it was painful, it was the balm of community, and the balm of love, and the balm of no, we see you.
Yeah.
That allowed me to get through it because it was a rough time because you worked so hard. And one of my biggest takeaways from that time is that as an artist who's been doing plays in classrooms and in basements and in churches and in rec centers and since the time I was 7 years old. You work to Broadway. You work for Broadway. You think
that's the goal.
Broadway's gonna
it's
be
the finish line. Yeah. Everyone's gonna know my name.
Right, that's it. So, usually when I put on a show, I'll be in Times Square. I'll be handing out flyers in subways. I'll be in restaurants. I'll be in churches. I thought that on Broadway, all I had to do was worry about the work being good.
Yeah.
Because there were thousands of dollars being shifted into marketing.
Yeah.
That's something I've never had before. So I'm like, oh, they got that.
Right.
Thousands of dollars. Right. Go right ahead.
Exactly. But the marketing system of Broadway does not necessarily work for the audiences that I write for. They know how to market to the people who want to see Bette Midler and Hello Dolly, when it's I don't necessily write for that audience. They everybody's welcome. But it's not. There's a specific pinpoint amongst the universality. And my biggest lesson was that you got to work just as hard on the mountain as you did in the valley.
Yeah.
There is no different. There's no finish
line. It's just a goalpost.
Exactly.
You just got to keep going.
Even when it comes to Hollywood, it's don't nobody know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. No matter how much money they have, no matter how much resources they have, they don't know what they're doing. The only thing that stands between you and them is resource.
Yeah.
So if you can find a way to use the resources that you already have, then you already... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was the biggest lesson was that, which is why when I did Oh Happy Day, I was in churches on Sunday mornings. I was handing out flyers in subways. Yeah. I was doing a man on the street. I was doing all kind of stuff. Because I was like, no, I can't Like, Jordan got to be Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan got to be Jordan.
I can't leave it in hands I don't
Yeah,
trust, hands I don't know.
Exactly.
To see a community rally, I was just, anytime that happens, I haven't seen that happen very, very often.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And it was beautiful to see. It was, because by the time I was going, it was packed. You know what I mean? And I guess I really do need to ask you, when is too soon for a revival?
Yeah, let's wake that up. I need Peaches back on that stage. Okay.
I'm trying to laugh at Rashonda a little bit more. Look, silly girl.
Silly rabbit.
Right. No, I miss Peaches. I always say I miss that old bitch.
Oh my gosh.
I'm working on things.
Okay.
I wrote a film adaptation.
Ooh,
I did.
wait a minute. Damn it.
did.
Wait. Okay.
did.
Okay, look.
Oh, hey.
Look, but because guess what? That doesn't mean it won't be on the stage. We get both.
Yeah.
We get both, exactly.
We get both.
A 2-for-1 special.
Yes. But,
Look.
but we are working to bring it back on stage like ASAP.
Yes, also. I was actually at the night that Queen Latifah, she had
Yes.
spoke a little before, and I was like,
That's the Night of the Slum tutorial.
yeah, oh, that's
And-
my
oh,
night. Oh, was in the back. You won't hear me screaming out there. Oh, my God.
That was the night when. So what had happened was.
Okay.
Was that there was a 2-show day. That was the evening show.
Uh-huh.
And I did 7 interviews in between shows.
Oh my God.
Oh, my
7
goodness.
interviews.
7.
And I was just tired because I was like working, trying to keep the show open.
Yeah.
And I was so tired. I remember before that 8 p.m. show, I was like, I am so, like, my body was like, Jordan.
Yeah.
But, like, I was like, no, we about to.
Yeah.
You finna put, look, come on, Peaches.
You gotta put that wig
Peaches.
on.
Like, but so we got up, doing the show. And then at some point I'm speaking and my earring falls off. And I just, and then I picked it up and I keep talking. I'm like, yeah. And then my mind just goes blank and I said, I done forgot the fucking script.
Yeah. Oh, my
I got the fucking script and I wrote it.
And honestly, and I was still following.
Yeah.
I was still following.
Look, that's funny that was your night.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was, and people loved it.
Love the script, just to get that out there. What would you say, well, one of your favorite vignettes to write, because I know the show is placed in vignettes, and then what would you say the hardest one to write was? I would say my favorite was the real baby mamas of the, what was it, Southside?
Yes.
Love that one.
Look, surprise.
That was my problem child because
It's like a 5-page scene with multiple characters.
Yeah.
and not only that, it was because I had written it and my computer broke and I lost it. When that happens, I tend to take it as a sign that I needed to start over.
Okay.
I was so pissed off, and I put the play down for months. No,
I have had it.
no. And then I was able to get a new computer or revive that one, and which she just passed away.
Oh, she passed away?
She passed away. I had her since 2014.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Look, she lived a good life.
Yeah, a decade
She
plus
did.
some.
She lived a good life.
She did.
But look, who got new laptop money?
Right, listen, for real.
No,
so
for-
I was like, carry me on, guide me over. I couldn't do it. But I once it got fixed, I started over, and I started over from a different mindset.
Yeah.
And that's the version that's in the show, and it's so much better.
It's
than
Okay.
so
So
good.
much-
Look, of
it's-
course that's your favorite.
Well, yes, I love me some housewives.
Yeah. Get off the blog.
Literally, the
facts.
facts.
Please don't get her started.
Oh, please don't.
Please. Honestly, I had two. I like Black. Black is so funny.
Black.
Yeah.
I just like looking at bougie niggas,
Right.
like, that's an ad, girl. Like,
Right.
take the wig.
For real.
I love Black, but the abortion clinic one was where I was like,
Yeah.
I locked in.
Yeah.
I mean, I was locked in for the funeral procession, but I was like, I'm up.
My favorite shifts every now and again,
Yeah.
but the constant is usually the prison scene.
That one, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from the South, and it actually is hard to live up here in the North with these folks. They're kind of...
Oh, they just as bad because they the ones who like to pretend the most, like slavery never happened here. I'm like, y'all
They're-
realize Wall Street has like thousands of Africans. here.
Exactly.
They are worse. I prefer my upfront racism. Like when I'm in Georgia, them racists.
you both.
But you know what? I
Me and you
prefer
both.
my racists to be
Hello?
honest. If you don't like me, then that's good, and I can move on. But
Yeah, it's crazy, which is why, like, when it comes to our current president, while everything he does infuriates me, I appreciate how his evil and his ignorance and his gall, his caucasity is front facing and forward. He doesn't hide anything. And what's sad about it is that now when somebody's like that, then it's up to you.
Yeah. It's put back into the people's hands.
It's not about us changing them or why you say that because it's racist. It's up to you. Because they showing you who they are.
Yeah. You just got to believe them.
Hello? Where is our January 6th?
Literally.
Juneteenth?
Oh, my God.
Shall we mark it on the calendar?
Let's put the cookouts down this year. This year, let's do what we need to do.
I'm like, and I know a lot of people have this attitude, black folks, of like, you know, we went to the polls and that's enough, and now we just like, I'm like, you don't understand.
Our ancestors didn't get free like that.
Exactly.
There were, because you spoke about Harriet, and actually hearing you talk about Harriet at the NBC event, I did purchase autobiography and I read about her some more, because I was like, no, really, like, she's an ancestor that has been sitting with me a lot, that I don't think I was allowing myself to go back that far, but hearing you talk about the action figure in her house, I was like, you know what, that's my nigga too. Yeah. So, but like, she had to fight for her fucking freedom every step of the fucking way, and that does not mean she wrote letters. She asked, she talked to God and said, God, they can't tell me how to free myself because they have no intention to free me.
Hello.
And when we as a community remember that we are the only ones that can free us and extend that to all the other communities, because what's happening with ICE has been happening to black people forever. It's slave catch.
Yeah.
But we have to care, because if we don't do it, not only will no one else, but we're going to be back where the fuck we started.
Exactly. But what concerns me are two things in this country right now. That is fear and ignorance. People are scared of this man. I don't know how they he ain't nothing but a 6th grade bully on the playground.
That part.
He has no power. The power that he is given is because people are afraid of him, so they do what he says. And then the ignorance comes from people don't read anymore.
Books.
They don't read. They don't know their history. They don't know real news from fake news, and they don't do the work to find out.
Exactly.
Like there's an ignorance that is just permeating. That is just
Every aspect of every culture.
It's insane. Like
It's everywhere.
It's a baiting, just being complacent, like because you get so thrown with everything in your ear that you just ignore it.
It's a mutual disassociative state.
Yes. And I'm like, especially within the community, why I get so frustrated with social media and how black folks interact with each other, it's because I'm like, y'all so focused on gender wars and sexuality wars that you
celebrity
to the
culture
war that you about to be pulled into.
Literally that. Let's talk about that one.
Girl, talking about, is this appropriate what the teacher is wearing in class?
Shut
the fuck up.
Everybody got an opinion on everything.
But
like,
the right
don't you
thing.
have bills to pay?
Girl.
Don't you have rent?
Literally.
Don't you have food in your fridge you need to cook and eat for your kids?
Children, you should be reading to instead of putting that iPad in their hand.
Putting it in front of that TV.
And you know what I really do think is if people got to see theater, if people get to see that there are other ways of living, like it's what TV and film does for us. We consume so much of it because of this bullshit. But theater, to sit
in a space
with your community, people you don't know.
Yes.
It ain't no I, it's us.
Yeah.
We are in this 100% together.
Yeah, that's what's beautiful about theater. I always say it's like why it's so divine to me is because that moment will never happen again. You will never have these people in the same room in existence ever again.
Yeah.
So you have to treat each show as if it is a universal just pleasure and a universal gift.
Speaking of beautiful forms of art, my girl Peaches, I feel like that was one of the first time I saw on stage a drag performer in a theatrical space, and that was just so beautiful to me as a drag performer myself. It was just like, love seeing representation, and so I truly wanted to know, is there plans for Peaches to come off the stage and maybe do a brunch? I mean,
Wait, Peaches had a brunch.
Well, yes.
Peaches only exists at African American Airlines.
Oh, please. Get me on that flight.
Look, Soul Plane? Reboot?
We'll be right back with these messages. Wait, that's not how you do it.
We're gonna cut.
Diva, are you down. Stop screaming at me. It's just your girl. You look, busted, diva. Is performing night after night getting to you? Feeling a bit uninspired? Well, duh, it's because you haven't been to the theaters. Who are you talking to? I'm in the theater every night. But you're not seeing theater, okay? What you need is that ooh la la sensation, that motivation, that feeling when you look at the stage and you're like, that's where I want to be. Diva, get up! Go to the theater. I'm gonna go. I promise. You're still sitting. You gotta get up! Go to the theater! I'm going!
Not only do we toss our hair, we also will explain the different ways that you can see theater.
Rush tickets are tickets the box office will offer the day of the performance at a discounted rate. That means if you want to see a show on Tuesday, you must get there Tuesday morning before the box office opens to get a great seat. Not every show has rush tickets, but some may even have lottery. All you do is enter your name for a chance to win for on-Broadway or off-Broadway tickets, and the only time you'll pay is if you win, because guess what? It's free to enter.
Welcome back.
We're back with Jordan Cooper.
Oh my gosh. And I guess our final thing that we have to touch. Oh my gosh. Come on, it's time to go. It's the Miss Pat Show! that alone does it for me. The Miss Pat Show has been running for what, 5 seasons now? Oh my goodness. Have y'all been greenlit for season 6 yet?
We waiting on it.
Well, it's coming.
Look, it's coming.
It's coming. Oh my God. Love the Miss Pat Show. Been watching from the beginning. I guess I just really wanted to know, what is the filming process like? Is it like all scripted? Is there like improv moments? Because I know there's one episode where I think it's Tommy Davis and he's like, oh my God, a rhinoceros in a wig. That takes me every time. And I love watching all the actors in the back laughing and breaking because I'm like, how could you not laugh?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
try
God.
to keep those moments in because it reminds me, to me, it makes it alive.
Yes.
It reminds me of like the Carol Burnett show.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But that process is like, so I wrote the first episode. That's a crazy story. So
I actually know that story.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about it.
Yeah. So I wrote the pilot for that when I was a senior in college. And it started because Lee Daniels and Miss Pat came to see Aint No Mo. And basically they were like, well, you have the same sense of humor as Miss Pat. Can you read her book and see if you can come up with a story? When I was in high school, my dad had recorded her on the daytime talk show. I didn't know her from Adam. But he was like, yo, you got to watch this woman. She's funny. She got a crazy story. You know what I mean? Just to watch it. I think she needs a book or a TV show or something.
Yes.
So I watched it, fell in love because we had the same sense of humor. So I was like, oh, snap. Yeah, she does need something. Then flash forward, I'm in college. And she writes the book, but it's hardcover, like $35. I can't afford it because 4 for $4 is at Wendy's.
Exactly.
You know, I got to get these socks from CVS, okay? You can't eat a book.
Eat the book.
And so I screenshot it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to come back when I get some money. And flash forward, then they come to see Aint No Mo, and yeah, she's like, can you write this show for me? I read the book. I was just happy to get the book. But I read it and I immediately saw this old school sitcom in my head, this old school Good Times, you know, Martin, Golden Girls kind of show with a live studio audience, but rated R, which hadn't happened at the time.
Yeah.
Like, there had never been like I wanted the same kind of language that she uses on stage and that you use at like Def Comedy Jam, bring it in a sitcom format. So basically that was the idea. And Fox was like, absolutely not. We're not about to put a kid on like, while he's in college. Why would we give him a TV show? And so Pat called me. She was like, Jordan, she was like, they have me interviewing these other white writers, like, to write the show. But she was like, they think you're too young, but I want you to do me a favor. And I was like, what? She said, write the first episode and take your name off of it. And so I did that, and she sent it in to Fox with Lee Daniels, and they were like, who wrote this? And they were like, it's that kid you didn't want to hire. And so that's how I ended up, creating the Miss Pat show. But I was very particular in wanting it to feel like theater. Especially because we shot the first season while Broadway was still shut down. So I was fiending for theater.
Exactly.
I'm going to bring Broadway to your home.
Yes,
I am.
I was fiending for it because I think a good sitcom with a live audience is just a great play. Every week is just a play. And so we did that, and it was the first time that BET had ever done a multicam sitcom with a live audience, you know? Because usually the shows that they'd done before had laugh tracks. Like, I'm not interested in laugh tracks.
If it's going to be a sitcom, y'all need to get an audience in here.
Because I'm like, if it's not funny, then they won't laugh, and then we can fix the joke and make it funny. Like, that's how you make good TV. And so we rehearse. It's very old school. We rehearse Monday through Thursday, and then Friday we do 2 shows. So on Friday we'll have like a matinee and an evening show with 2 different audiences.
Love that.
And so we'll do a matinee, and then I'll give my notes in between the show. I might rewrite a scene, I might restructure something, and then we do it for the second audience, and then I just cut both performances together and make an episode.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Look, you ate that.
Y'all be doing the thing. Y'all be doing the thing.
And y'all shoot in Atlanta?
Yeah, we shoot in Atlanta, which had never had a multicam sitcom shot in Atlanta before. They're usually always done in LA. So a lot of work was like training the crew and like teaching them how to do that kind of a TV show. I'm grateful to BET because it's like they just gave me so much freedom. Like I act on it, I direct it.
Yeah, you're on one of the latest episodes.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It feels like a playground. And it's like once they got over the hump of how crazy I am when it comes to like, they're like, you want to say what on TV? You want to do what? I'm like,
exactly.
They said, well, damn, if you bold enough to ask me, I guess you were bold enough to give it to you.
I'm like, like even this, the episode before last, season 5, we did an episode about ICE.
Yes.
Trump. And, the network pulled that episode twice because they were getting complaints.
A flinch.
There was a little, that it was a little bit too much for them, or not for them, but the fear that it was too much for him. For Mr.
Right, and he ended up not coming into the dinner because he had got McDonald's or something. I was like, oh my God, please.
But I was like, that was the kind of things and stuff that they were like, Jordan, we cannot do. And I'm like, but what else is television for?
Yeah.
But also, why aren't we going to do it?
Exactly.
Why aren't we telling these stories?
Let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation.
Who else was
Wait till y'all see the finale.
Oh, I can't wait for the finale.
Not wait.
Okay. Yeah, I directed it, but we had some crazy guest stars. It was so, like, to think about my, like, 7-year-old self that was just, like, making videos and making plays in the living room. To think about, like, now, like, even with this finale, I'm directing Loretta Devine. I'm directing Tisha Campbell. I'm directing SWV. I'm directing Khalil Kane. I'm directing Sandra Caldwell. You know what I mean?
Star-studded cast.
It's crazy.
If 7-year-old you could see you now.
I know.
That's a nice feeling. It's a good feeling.
It is. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. We got a lot more to do.
Hold on tight, 7.
right.
We're gonna add a couple, zeros onto that. I really wanted to ask you about, because you are the youngest showrunner in television history, and like to hear you doing all these things. Like, showrunner is not, it ain't like, it sounds like a big word because it is a big word. It's a big job. There are no amount of fires that you won't have to put out on a singular day. Like, what are new things that you have found and developed to the genre of a sitcom, to making a show like this? Like, what do you know what is new for you that may be new for, like, us?
There was absolutely pushback. Especially because I'm usually the youngest in the room.
Yeah.
So, of course, you have people who are like, I've been doing this for 30 years. You can't come in here and tell me that, But I had to believe in, sometimes I think that, like, all you have to hold on to is your vision.
Yeah.
Even sometimes when the resume don't back you up. Because it's like, I'm 20-something, but, like, I know what I need.
Yeah.
And if I know what I need, all you got to do is help me make that happen, right? And it took that first season for people to see that I wasn't crazy. That for people to be like, oh,
we see the vision.
Yeah. He might know what he's talking about. But in the midst of that, there were moments where I had to go back to my office and be like, God, another one of those moments that I don't know. You placed me here. This is where you gave me this specific vision. I'm trying to see it come to pass, but people don't make it easy. You just have to trust. And I've added new things to the multicam sitcom world because it's like, one, just the idea of language. 1, 2, the idea that like I show a studio audience in every episode.
Yeah, I always love when you put you have Miss Pat do a monologue before every episode. Like it really just welcomes you into it.
Yeah.
But it's also also theater because it really is like I'm gonna set the scene.
Yes,
Picture it.
yes.
Sicily.
and you-
Nice table.
I really like how your roots are just so theater. Everything that you do, like, it has the basis, but all to me, film, TV would be nothing without theater. If you don't have that theater training, you're kind of walking around here doing whatever you want to.
Hello.
You walk around here confused.
Which is why I surrounded Pat, who had never acted before when we first started, by theater actors. You know what I mean? People who like knew the craft.
Yeah.
Knew, yes, we're doing a show straight through. You know what I mean? Like it's not. We don't play around. Or should I say, I don't play around. I don't. I take this very seriously. So I'm like, we have a job to do, and I believe that job is beyond these walls that we're building it in. It's when we get messages from people saying that they were in the hospital bed and watching the show is what helped them get through whatever they were going through, or helped them hold on to or learn something. It's like that. At the end of the day, we are healers.
Yeah.
So we have to approach the work like healers.
Absolutely.
And there's a sanctity that comes with that. There's a seriousness that comes with that. And there's also fun that comes with that.
Yeah.
Because you can't heal without a little bit of fun.
Literally.
You know what I mean? You gotta, and when I tell you we have fun.
Oh, I could tell.
Look, from what I can see.
Any of the
my
behind the
gosh.
scenes footage I get, I'm
Right,
like, please,
look,
just get me in that room, Jesus, get me in that room.
Look, where are the bloopers?
Listen, they coming. Those bloopers are like, we could do a whole series of them.
And I would watch every
I would
episode.
absolutely watch it.
Ridiculous. The stuff that it's just so much fun. And work should be fun.
Yeah.
If you're not
Absolutely.
having fun when you're doing it, don't do it.
Exactly.
It should be fun in some way, shape, or form.
We're gonna say goodbyes just because we're a little over on time.
That's all right.
But I just want to say thank you, Jordan, for coming in and sitting and talk with us.
Such an honor to sit in front of a legend of our time. Let's wake that up.
For real though. No, a pioneer, opening doors and making sure that they don't close behind you.
Yes, absolutely.
means a lot.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much for
having me.
being
Of
here.
Yes.
Look, you wanna say bye?
Bye.
Bye,
B.B.B.
y'all. B.B.B, y'all. Look, Jordan watched B.B.B. You should too.
Exactly. Wake it up.
Look, go ahead
Come on
now.
over. Have a great time.
Yes. Do you wanna have fun? Fun.
How to balance.
Laughs.
Show you a good time.
Oh my God. We gotta go.
This was cute. We had fun.
Let's cut. Oh my God. Thank you.